We thank you for each and every gift that you give us and the opportunities we have within those days. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to serve others. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to represent our county in the way that we do. We ask blessing upon the decisions that are made tonight. We ask a special blessing over each of the commissioners as they consider the business. Father, again, for this time of year, we're so thankful and the opportunity just to be together with family and friends. We're able to celebrate the times of the holidays. We're just thankful for the gift to give it to us. It says we pray in your name.
Amen. Everyone stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, call roll, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Simpkins.
Here.
Mr. Ledger.
Here.
Mr. McElwain.
Here.
Mr. Beatty.
Here.
Mr. Dawson.
Here.
Ms. Spicer. Mr. Buckner.
Here.
Mr. Britt.
Here.
Mr. Petty.
Here.
Mr. Williams.
Here.
Mr. Grove.
Here.
Ms. Gray.
It's good to see you all here. Commissioner Dawson, good to see you back. Good. First order of business is approval of the minutes of the November 7th, 2022 work session. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Ledger, second by Commissioner Petty. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. We do have a committee report. Is that judiciary? Are we doing? Do we do that now, or is that going to be item number 3?
We can just cover it with 3 if you want.
Okay. All right. Any other committees to report? Thank you. Next item is appointments. I've got a handout here for y'all. This is something that's been prepared, but I have not gotten it out to you. This is the county commission appointments on this. Let y'all have those. But all one page on that. Got to actually get them in, just put them all up at the bottom. Somebody feels like you all without a none. These are the county commission appointments, which I don't have a copy. Oh, I do have one copy left in front of me. On these, it doesn't require a vote on this. I'm just trying to get it out to see you. Mr. Beatty back on the airport committee, the beer committee, you see who you're on there. Budget committee, the members of that, that is there's 5 members, including myself, and then the budget advisory committee, you 4, if you haven't been here before, you come onto this committee for 1 year and then we rotate you around. So every 3 years you should be on the budget committee. Purchasing, Mr. Hall will contact you when there needs to be a budget purchasing committee meeting. I don't think they meet very regularly any longer. But after the law was changed, but you are on that committee. We're required to have one in the judiciary committee that met last night or earlier tonight. On that thing on the right, I just show seniority. When we were able to spread the committees around where everybody has equal number of committees, but in the past, I always base it on seniority on that. And so that just shows you from the most senior, there was nothing on you last 4 in particular. That's just how your names came up. So don't take it personal if your names are not number 1 in last 4. So I love you all equally. So that's that. The next item on here is that will require on airport authority. We have there's a citizen that's on that. That's Mr. Craig Fuson. His term was up back in the summer. He's continued to serve, but I'd like to reappoint Mr. Fuson to the airport authority committee to serve as the county appointee. Open the floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Buckner, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next is the audit committee. On that, as well as Mr. Hall, we have 2 reappointments on that. Well, first one is Mike Walters. I believe everybody knows Mike. He's been around for a long time, Mays and Walters, and Mr. Anton Reese. Is he with Blankenship? Is what used to be Mays and Walters. Who's your other member on this, Mr. Hall? Okay, well, we'll take care of these reappointments tonight to Mr. Walters and Mr. Reese, and if there's no objection, I'll just group them together, and those are reappointments. So if there's no objection, I am grouping those together. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Grove, second by Commissioner Williams. Any question or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Another committee we have is a Regional Solid Waste Board. This is not to be confused with our sanitation board on that. We're required to have this by law. They seldom meet, but it is required by law. Each of these names that are up is Mr. Chad Morrow, Jason Epley, and David Travis of the city of Dickson. I would like to get them reappointed to that board to fill out those. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Dawson. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Last is sanitation board. This is the 3-member board that most oversees the $10 fee is what they're probably their main, what they hear from most time, but they're over any work that they do with Mr. Lunn on that. On that, we have Mr. Jason Epley and Mr. Ken Nafer on the board. They're not up for reappointment. We have a vacancy where a lady resigned. We've brought forward Mr. Adam Dill. He's a real estate agent here locally. He sat through my county government class and says he wants to be involved in county government stuff. So I'd like to bring Mr. Adam Dill's name forward to be placed on the sanitation board. Open floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner Grove. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item, new business, quarterly financial reports, all funds except schools. Mr. Hall.
Okay, I forwarded these out to you Friday afternoon, I believe. Hopefully you all got these. I have gone over these quite in detail myself, and it is 9 funds, everything except for schools. But I looked at the revenue side. Everything looks good that I have seen. Certainly in the fund debt service, adequate facilities taxes are coming in great. So there's still things going on throughout the county. I didn't see anything on the revenue side in any funds that alarmed me. So I just wanted to make note of that. The expenditure sides on all funds also, I saw nothing that alarmed me. So everything should be around the 20 to 25% range right now. Now, if you see something that's at 90%, that means that that's an insurance that's been paid. Say on the highway side, workers' comp is paid on at one time. So it may be something that's at 80% right now. So you could question me on that. Say, well, you said everything would be 20 or 25%, but the workers' comp, say, for example, and that won't be the only thing. There could be another thing like that too. But highway department's workers' comp's paid at one time on the front end, and there'll be some other things like that too. But everything I looked at in all funds that we take care of on the general side, everything looked in good shape. Unless you've got a question right now, then you can call me, email me. 375-1548 is my number. I'll be glad to help you.
Any question, Mr. Hall? As he said, feel free to look over these next couple of weeks and reach out to him if you have any questions. This is what we're looking for is a motion to move this on a regular session. Open for motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next time, business budget amendment, all funds except school. Mr. Hall.
Yeah, the only amendment I sent out to you was the highway amendments. What's driving this amendment here is the 5-year average for the highways. We got the budget done quite early this year, so I missed the estimate and I missed it short. And it was kind of not knowing where we was going with this. So I did intend to miss it short if I missed it. But we needed some money here to meet the 5-year average. if we miss the 5-year average, we get cut dollar for dollar from the state. So I had to, if you've seen this or looked at it, I increased mainly the local option sales tax, the wheel tax, and investment income. Those items, I looked at them, I analyzed them. I had the quarterly reports and I have the audit reports being finished up right now. I got those numbers from the auditors and I feel quite assured that these numbers are going to be good. So those were the main of the money I needed. Those 3 items right there were the biggest part of this. So we're going to meet the 5-year average with no problem with these amendments. And so I brought these to you. You have these. I sent these to you also Friday. But to meet the 5-year average, this amendment needs to be approved.
Any question, Mr. Hall, on that? The 5-year average, I know that some of y'all have been around, you're familiar with this, much like maintenance of effort is on
Right.
other funds. So, but highway, it calls it a 5-year average, that we have to keep our revenues in line.
At a
Is that a
certain level.
good, poor man's description?
Well, I wouldn't go that far now, Mayor.
Was that
It
a,
was an estimate.
okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah, well, we don't want to go too far because we hold ourselves up. If we go too far on an estimate, then we hold ourselves to that level. So I wanted to make sure I missed it low if I missed it. So this right here will make it exactly the 5-year average.
For that very reasons why I made a C in accounting. So that's why he's the CPA, what he said. Any questions for Mr. Hall? Open floor for motion, move this on a regular session. Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Ledger. Any questions or discussion from Mr. Hall? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mr. Hall. Item number 3 is judicial commissioners. That has my name beside it, but I think Ms. Reagan and you're going to take care of that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So you may recall from the past, every 2 years, we appoint judicial commissioners. And we have several different buckets of names that we choose. But let me say at the outset, as you listen to me go through these names, the only thing you're going to be asked to vote on tonight is to move the selection to the regular meeting. You're not going to be asked to actually select the names tonight. But I do want to let you know of who all applied, who submitted applications, and then who all the committee, as well as Judge Monsu, have recommended to you be selected to hold that position. And so as you hear me go through these names, obviously, if you want a list of these outside the meeting, let me know. I'm happy to provide that as well. But by resolution back in 2016, this body created these different, I call it buckets of individuals to serve as judicial commissioners. 2 of them are full-time individuals who work for the county in the General Sessions Court Clerk's office. And those 2 individuals are Kendra Claiborne and Tommy Bill. Those are the 2 currently serving. Those are the 2 that are coming back with the recommendation of the judge and the committee that you reappoint out of that office to serve in that role. The second bucket are part-time applicants that serve on a rotating 24/7 basis, and they have a schedule that they work. And within that bucket, the commission determined some time ago that there would be 5 individuals serve in that role. And there are currently 5 individuals who are presently serving in that role. And those are Casey Devin Grove, William James Goodman Jr., Bobby Gafford, Grayson Shane Chandler, Michael Kevin Adams. Those are your 5 that are presently serving. And there were 2 other applicants that also submitted their names for consideration. And those are Cynthia Marie Dawson and William Vance Boker. The committee and Judge Monsu have recommended and will be recommending to you that the county reappoint the 5 individuals who are presently serving, which were those first 5 names that I read to you. And then the last bucket is for the city of White Bluff. And you may recall that they have their own General Sessions Court. And so what the county has done for some time now is, because the county is the only authority for appointing magistrates or judicial commissioners, but they do serve the full county, including people who are charged with crimes out of White Bluff because they have a general sessions court. So the county has had an arrangement with White Bluff where we will consider the appointment of individuals that they recommend that would be designated to assist just White Bluff. And White Bluff covers the costs associated with those magistrates, training and other things. And we have an agreement presently between the county and White Bluff. The three individuals who are presently serving are Misty Rogers, Brent Allage, and Dixie Kerr. And the committee and Judge Monsu have recommended that those same three individuals be reappointed. And so I may have misstated something, but Commissioner Britt, I think, is the spokesperson for the committee, and Mr. Vandervoort and Judge Monsu are all here and can chime in if I missed something or if you have a question.
Any questions? Commissioner Britt gives a thumbs up. That's his approval. Any other question, Mr. Reagan? Commissioner Britt, was that a motion too?
Yes.
Motion to move this on a regular session. Have a second. Second by Commissioner Spicer.
Mayor, I would like to abstain. For one, a business that I own, I think is kind of a conflict. And two, one of them's my nephew. So just abstain me.
All right, we can do that. So we take a voice vote on this. We'll show the Commissioner Grove abstain. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you, with one abstention. Next item of business is the CPC inmate phone system. Sheriff Eads.
Thank you, Mayor. For the last several years, we've had a phone vendor in, and so when the contract was up, we put out a request for proposals. Now, this is the phone system that uses the video visitation for the inmates. The inmates make commissary orders on it, that sort of thing. And so this is this situation doesn't cost Dickson County anything. We had 7 vendors put in requests for proposals, and CPC, or Combined Public Communications, had the highest estimated commission to the county. In addition, they had some investigative software that comes with their system that's very helpful to for our detective division and for our security officer at the jail. So they had the highest estimated commission rate to the county, which was right at 96%. In addition, they had the lowest fee to charge an inmate per minute, which increases phone calls. So they are estimating based on average daily population is how they calculate these things. At 340, we typically been running 350, 360. So hitting that mark, they estimate probably around $240,000 in commission paid to the county. And so there's no cost. They put their equipment in. If it breaks, they maintain it. And so our staff reviewed this along with Mr. Reagan, and I would recommend that we do business with Combined Public Communications. So any questions?
Any questions for Sheriff Eads? Open the floor for a motion to move this on. Motion by Commissioner Buckner, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Sheriff. Next item is Swift Road speed limit change. This also unfortunately had my name by it. This was Commissioner Beatty.
I just found out we're going to talk about this. We've had some phone calls and apparently the mayor has had some phone calls. So we lowered this thing to 35 back. I don't know. The guy still thinks it's a little fast. I got no objections to lower it to 25. The road's not but 200 or 300 yards long before you have to stop again. So I'll make a motion 25.
Some motion for move 25 miles an hour to move this on a regular session. We have a second. Second by Commissioner Dawson. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you for your research on this, Commissioner Beatty. We do have another speed limit change that's come up tonight, Commissioner McElwain. I don't know if this is quite as controversial.
Road. I'd like to see if Sheriff Eads and talk to Jackie about it, let them do a survey on it and report back to us.
That's Fire Tower Road from the Humphreys County line back how far?
Well, it would come back to that four-way stop. Like at the end of it, Jackie, right there. Okay,
Gillum Holland.
so
If y'all don't mind doing that and looking at that. Move that on to the next agenda. That's a motion by Commissioner McElwain. Do we have a second? Second by Commissioner Ledger. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of vote stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. One other item, I think I may have missed somebody today, but I sent y'all a text message today about this last item. I want to add, apologize for having sent it through a text message, but if you've been watching the news, there's some company that's got some ransomware holding it. Well, they happen to be holding some of our email addresses, including mine. So I'm communicating by text right now. So that's why I know y'all got that. That was probably surprising. It was more surprising that I could type something that small. But what I did want to, what I had in the email was we reviewed our finances with Mr. Hall, shows we're in good shape. Because of the unusual inflationary times we're in and what's occurred, we've kind of studied through this, and we would like to see about doing a one-time pay supplement here at the holidays to all full-time county employees for $625. Part of the goal of that was to $625. That means everybody should net at least $500 on that. The total budget amendment amount is roughly $230,000 to do that, but that would be all full-time employees that are employed as of today on that would be eligible for that. Be glad to answer any questions or hear your thoughts on that. Need a motion. Motion by Commissioner Simpson to move that for regular session. To have a second. Second by Commissioner McElwain. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Other business, any commissioners have any other business to bring up? Under announcements, we will have a birthday before our next meeting. Commissioner Dawson will be 1 year older, I believe. December 16th. Okay. Good. You seem pretty excited about it.
Yeah, 49 and holding.
But you are. Is Miss Cindy out there still? We have a special birthday celebration. Okay. Sounds good. Other thing I also like to announce, we will have our holiday festivities here again. We appreciate Commissioner Spicer offering to come forward and prepare all the food for this. So thank you. You didn't? Well, I think what we were going to do, we did do boxes last year. We were moving away from the buffet we had due to the COVID deal. So that was very easy for my staff to get that and get it delivered. So we will have, I think it'd be sandwiches and chips and drinks from McAllister's. But I was teasing Commissioner Spicer. I think she brought some special dessert along last time. So, okay. See, I started you here and got you down to here. So you're good now. Anybody else wants to bring anything that can cook or has somebody that's a member of their family that can cook, feel free to bring it and we'll set that out too. So. Yes. Good idea. Yeah, I know how he is. That's good. Any other announcements from the commission? There are no others. The next work session meeting will be on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the Beefordale Booty Reed Junior County Commission Chamber of the Dickson County Administration, Forecourt Square, Charlotte, Tennessee. How about second term? Bam.